GopherSports.com here with men's tennis coach Geoff Young. Coach, you guys had a successful fall season, played in 6 tournaments, won a doubles title, advanced to the semifinals of a couple other ones, and Rock won the Denver Pioneer Invitational. Can you just talk about your fall season?
Sure. It was a good fall season. We have an older team now that's more experienced, filled primarily with juniors and seniors, which is a little bit of a change. I feel like we've been saying we've had a young team for a while, but I've had some guys really make a leap in their game, and on paper had some results that they're not really supposed to have in a good way, in a good light. So it's been really fun to see their games kind of take another jump and have some really good wins.
Talking about guys taking another jump, the fall rankings came out. Sebastian and Warney were ranked, but you had 3 guys that posted 10 wins in the fall season, so it has to be nice. Talk a little bit about your depth.
That's true. I believe Julian, Phil, and Rock have had 10 wins, so I've kind of been expecting them or waiting for them to kind of jump out of their shell and have some good results, and that certainly happened this fall. And actually also Brendan Ruddock, who didn't get 10 wins this fall, but had a breakout season, in my opinion. So all 4 of those guys who played last year, 3 or 4 through 6 in the lineup. So it was great to see.
Let's start at the beginning of the fall. You go out to Denver, you play some tough competition. Rock goes 4-0 in singles and wins the Denver Pioneer Invitational. Can you talk about his performance there?
Well, that tournament was tough for a couple of reasons, in that it was played at high altitude, and also it was the first fall tournament of the year. So when you put those 2 things together, it was a little ugly at times, honestly, but Rock did manage to win all of his matches there, albeit it was not the prettiest, I think he would admit, all the times. But to get the win certainly helps the confidence, even when you don't play your best. And I think that was critical for him moving forward and having a great rest of the fall.
Rock and Julian won the doubles championship at the Lakewood tournament last weekend, but before we get to that, let's talk about Julian at the Big Ten Singles Championship. That was a tournament where Gophers went in, upset a slew of ranked players. Julian advanced to the semifinals. Can you talk about that event?
Absolutely. Julian had a shaky first round, actually. Beat a pretty good player from Illinois in a close 3-setter. Did not play his best tennis. Then had a very good win the next couple of rounds, beating good players. I think Wisconsin number 2, Indiana's number 2. So those were big ones for him, getting the confidence, and it just took off from there. I think the difference really are just little things with him that he figured out over the course of probably about 24 hours, and I don't think he'll go backwards. I really think he's on his way, and he's going to help us a lot.
Rock ended the year the way he began it, with the championship, this time paired with Julian at the tournament this past weekend down in Tampa. Again, facing some tough competition with a bunch of southern schools, Florida and Miami in the mix, and you got the championship for doubles, came back to Minnesota. Tell us about that tournament.
Yeah, that's right. That was a really fun tournament, really different. We've been indoors for a while now, so we're playing outside, obviously in Florida, and on clay, nonetheless. So it was different conditions, but that's kind of what made it fun too. It's part of the reason why we did it, to experience that. And plus, a lot of these guys that I have are used to growing up. They grew up on clay, so in some ways it was very comfortable for them to go back and play on the clay. So, but it was fun. The guys had I think a bye first round in the doubles, and then the semis and finals they won both in a tiebreaker. They could have gone either way, but when you win those close ones, it's amazing what they can do for you from a confidence standpoint. So it was great to see.
We talked about the strong fall. That, as a coach, that's something you have to like, but it also makes your job a lot harder. You have to fill out your roster for the upcoming dual match season. How difficult is that going to be for you?
It's a good problem to have, but the lineup could be made any number of different ways now. But it's still a long time between now and our first match. So we'll see. We're going to get into shape now this next month or so, let the guys catch up in school, and when they come back in mid-January, we'll have a couple weeks of training to see how guys are hitting the ball then, and I'll worry about the lineup then. But indeed, after the fall season, it's a good problem, and I think that we're going to be very deep.
You say January is a long time away. What do you want to see from your team from here until January?
To get in great shape, fitness-wise. We've concluded our main play and practice season, so we're not going to be on the court as much as a team, but we're still going to continue to condition, which basically consists of lifting weights and running a lot, so we can stay fit before they go home and get fat over the holidays.
Coach, thanks for your time.
You bet.